Dear parents and dear students, we have planned to publish some video programs as supporting mathematics educational materials targeting the students who hope to sit for GCE O level examination at the end of this year. As you all know, the GCE O level examination, there will be two papers called Mathematics 1 and Mathematics 2. Mathematics 1, it is called as paper 1 also. The duration is 2 hours. Two parts named A and B are there. Both parts A and B are based on essential mathematical learning concepts. That means the entire syllabus has been reduced to some that means taking the easier parts of the syllabus separately and listed out it as essential mathematical learning concepts. There are altogether 53 learning concepts. Based on those concepts, only the paper 1 questions in part A and part B are formed. In mathematics there are 6 themes called numbers, measurements, algebra, geometry, sets and probability, and statistics. The short questions, 25 short questions in part A of paper 1 are formed like this. 4 questions from number theme, 4 questions from measurements theme, 6 questions from algebra theme, from geometry 8 questions, sets and probability 2 questions, and statistics 1 question. In these programs, we hope to discuss some model questions. We have prepared the model question paper. In that paper, the part 1, paper 1 questions, short questions, we hope to discuss first. In each video program, about 5 short questions will be discussed with detailed solutions. Now let us start that discussion. The question number 1 in part A of paper 1 of the model paper is like this. A person buys a certain number of shares of a company investing 160,000 rupees at the market price of 80 rupees per share. If the company pays a dividend of 4 rupees per share, find the dividend income the shareholder gets. Now here the amount invested to buy shares is 160,000 rupees and one share worth 80 rupees. The marketing price of one share is 80 rupees. So to find the number of shares bought, we have to divide this 160,000 by 80. And the dividend is paid 4 rupees per share. That means if you know the number of shares, to find the dividend income, that number of shares we have to multiply by 4 rupees. So the numerical expression that will help to get the final answer of this question will be 160,000 divided by 80 multiplied by 4. Now this numerical expression we can simplify using the rules of simplification of fractions. We know in a fraction a denominator is there and the numerator is there. If there are common factors for this numerator and the denominator, we can divide both numerator and denominator by that common factor. Now here the common factor for 160,000 and 80 is 10. We can take it as 10. So we can divide both numbers by 10. 80, when you divide by 10, what we have to do is to just cut this 0, then the result is 8. And if you divide 160,000 by 0, again we can cut the last 0 and the result is 16,000. So after that we can divide 60,000 and 8 by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1 and 60,000 divided by 8 is 2,000. So to get the answer, we have to multiply that 2,000 by 4, then the result is 8,000. So this is how we have to simplify the numerical expression. And how did we form the numerical expression is very easy. The 160,000 divided by 80 to find the number of shares bought and multiply by 4 to find the dividend income. So finally, when you simplify the expression, we get the answer as 8,000. Therefore, the answer for the first question will be rupees 8,000. Question number two is the volume of a cylinder with radius r and height h is pi r squared h. Find the volume of the cylinder in terms of d if the diameter of it is d. Now here the formula for finding the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. Now we have to find another formula replacing r by d. Therefore we must know the relationship between d and r and diameter and radius. We know diameter is 2 times of radius, that means d equals 2r. That means r equals d divided by 2. So now the first formula is v equals pi r squared h. Here this r we can replace by d by 2. So then formula will be like v equals pi times d divided by 2 whole thing squared times h. Now when you simplify this d divided by 2 whole thing squared, we get d squared divided by 4. So therefore that divide by 4 means 1 upon 4 or 1/4. We can take that coefficient first and then we can write pi d squared and h. Then the answer will be v equals 1/4 pi d squared h. That is the answer for the question number 2. Now the question number 3 is simplification. Simplify 5 upon x minus 4 plus 3 upon 4 minus x. Now here the denominator of first fraction is x minus 4 and the denominator of the second fraction is 4 minus x. If it also were as x minus 4, then it is very easy to simplify because the both factors are in the same denominator. Now here 4 minus x we can change into x minus 4 using some mathematical trick. That is, now see here, 5 upon x minus 4 plus 3 upon 4 minus is equal to 5 upon x minus 4 minus, instead of this plus sign we have put minus sign, then the fraction is written as 3 divided by x minus 4. Now, then the final answer is very easy. It is 5 minus 3 is 4, 2. So denominator is x minus 4. Therefore, answer is 2 divided by x minus 4. Now, the problem is we must know the mathematical reasoning of change in this plus 3 upon 4 minus x as minus 3 upon x minus 4. We will discuss it like this. We know in a minus b is equal to minus b minus a, that is, we have taken minus 1 as the common factor out. Then this is, we read as minus b minus a, but we have to interpret it as minus 1 into b minus a. When you multiply this minus 1 by b minus a, again we get this value. Now see, minus 1 into b is minus b, minus 1 into minus a is plus a. So this result is very important in algebra. If an expression is there as difference of two algebraic terms, we can change those terms, taking minus 1 as the common factor. So this theory we can use to 4 minus x also. We can write it as minus times x minus 4. Then our question or the expression 5 divided by x minus 4 plus 3 divided by 4 minus x, we can write as 5 divided by x minus 4 plus 3 divided by, instead of this 4 minus x, we can write minus x minus 4. Now here we know a positive number, when you divide by a negative number, the result is negative. Now here positive and negative are there. Positive 3 divided by negative x minus 4. Instead of these two signs, we can write only one negative sign according to that rule. Then finally we get 5 divided by x minus 4 minus 3 divided by x minus 4. So this is how this research has been taken. So this knowledge we have to keep in our mind, and the short way of doing it is change the sign between the fractions. If it were positive, it must be negative. If it is negative, it must be positive. And the denominator of the second factor, if it is a difference, we can change the terms as, we can change them as x minus 4. So this mathematical trick, or the what do you call it, mathematical technology, we can use to simplify an expression including this type of fractions easily. Okay, now we will go to the question number 4. Question number 4, a diagram is given, a triangle ABC, interior angles are given in symbolic form, 4x, x and x. We have to find the magnitude of the largest angle of the triangle ABC given here. We know the angle sum of interior angles, sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. Therefore, we can write this one as an equation. that is 4x plus x equals 180. That means 6x equals 180. To find x, we can divide both sides of the equation by 6. Then x equals 30. Now we have to find the magnitude of the largest angle. Largest angle is 4x. So to find 4x, we have to multiply this 30 by 4. You get 120. Therefore, the angle ABE, that is the largest angle, it is equal to 120 degrees. So what we did here is we formed an equation using the theory of sum of interior angles of a triangle and solved the equation to find x. And to find 4x, we multiplied that value. We got 4x by 4, that is 120. Now, we will go to question number 5. Question number 5 gives, using the values given in the table, find the first approximation for square root of 90. We know 90 has not a whole number value for square root. So here we have to use this table. Values of squares of 9.4, 9.5 and 9.6 are given as 88.36, 90.25 and 92.16. Now the closest value to 90 among these square values is 90.25. The square root of 90.25 is an exact value. It is 9.5. For 90, you don't find any exact value. Therefore, we have to find or select an approximate value. So here the closest value to 90 here is 90.25. Therefore, the square root of 90.25 we have to select as the approximated value to the root of 90. Therefore, the answer is root 90, square root of 90 is approximately equal to 9.5. It is not exactly equal to 9.5. It is approximately equal to 9.5. So, first 5 questions are already discussed. We will take another video program to discuss the second 5 questions. That means from question number 6 to question number 10 in another video program.